absolutely shown up and performed and improved a lot. Freak was a player initially who just dominated solo queue and never played in a coordinated setting, but he popped up with Fireblaze and Flappy Penguin and started just playing really well, progressing really quickly. So huge props to Freak. And Fireblaze, a player that's been around since the earliest of early access. I remember playing tournaments against Fireblaze with myself always winning. and you know, he's gotten really good too. Fireblaze is an absolutely incredible Raigon, and he's the only one in North America who's sticking to it for good reason, because he can make it work when others can. He's pretty much the only one that can make it work. We talked about in week 1, we thought we saw too much Raigon. It wasn't working out. Fireblaze stuck into it, and we're like, you get a pass. Yeah, Fireblaze gets a pass, yeah. One of the best Raigons out there. So now, just so you guys know, there is no ban. It is only draft. It is a simple blind draft back and forth. Yes. You pick one behind the curtains, you reveal it at the same time, and you pick another behind the curtains, you reveal it. I didn't say about it today. It's the last time you're going to hear it from me. Promise I won't repeat myself more than 6 times. You'll repeat it tomorrow, I'm sure. Probably. Yeah, but we got the Rook pick. We spend so much time talking about the Raigon, then we get Rook. I guess it's not surprising. This is a Rook meta. You kind of play Rook in this meta, or you don't really win. That's true. But after I say that, I don't think we'll see YoungSung play it, actually. I think so? I think we'll probably see them play another melee, be it like a Croak or a Bako. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. So we're not even seeing the Ulrich anymore. We're seeing Sirius. We have the so we have a double DPS comp coming in from YoungSung. Yeah. Neither of these characters are healers. They're both DPS. I'm wondering what their last pick is going to be. I wonder if it's going to be range or melee. I'm sure it's going to be the Bako or the Croak, like I mentioned. Or maybe they even go to the Rook, because Rook is very good with Sirius. Yeah. It's probably not going to be Croak, because Croak Sirius not that good. I'm an idiot. Bam! it's not that good, and then YoungSung pick it. What an idiot. I guess I should say, I'll agree with you. I think in the hands of most people, not very good. Yeah. Horrible to execute. Or not horrible. Very difficult to execute. Yeah. If you can do it, though, it's going to be relatively strong. But as you said, Croak's slippery, even for his allies. And Sirius really needs to find value in that space reset, or the 4-second cooldown. And if he's going to try and space on a Croak who's got about 12 iframes and goes invisible at 400% speed, it's going to be really hard to find him. Yeah, so I think thinking about the weakness that I imagined with this Croak series is that, like you mentioned, Croak, he jumps around a lot, moves around a lot, so it's going to be on to ninjas to space onto the Croak and recognize when Rare Peep wants to go in. And now that I think about it, these are very capable players, and the synergy we saw them play with in the group stage, I have no doubt they'll carry over here. So maybe the weaknesses I initially imagined with this comp won't really exist with these two players. But look what they're up against. They have a Rook, a Xander, which we've seen here and there kind of sprinkled about the entire league play, and Alicia, Flappy Penguin on Alicia. We've seen how strong he can be. Alicia? Alicia. That's how I say it. Alicia. I've decided that I'm just going to say it the way I think it is. Alicia. It's like Taya versus Taya. Just pick one and do it. I always said Taya, even though I mean phonetically it looks like it's Taya. 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 Technically it's Taya. Oh, is it really? I don't know. Who told you that? Stunlock Studios? That took way too long. You lost your effect. Yeah. Joke ruined. You know, sometimes I'm not as witty as I'd like to claim that I am. So we got Freak on the Xander. This is one of his specialties, and Xander receiving a couple buffs last patch. I'm not too surprised to see Freak break him out. This is actually the character that Freak broke into the scene with. He played a lot of Xander in solo queue when Xander was like insanely OP. And he was probably the best Adam in North America behind like someone like Bloom. So I have no doubt that he can play this character to a high level, but it'll be interesting to see whether or not it works out. Of course, there's a lot of value on the Xander against the Sirius. If Sirius spaces in, you might just need a sheep. You might just get sheeped, and the portal's available when allies are being collapsed on. If you ever see your Rook just get collapsed on by a Sirius and a Croak, you can just portal him out, help out your buddy. Also, the double damage amp is another thing we got to mention about with Atrocity Exhibition. They have Rook Xander. They have Arcane Catalyst and Armor Break. The amount of damage this Alicia is going to be able to pump out is very high. And Flappy Penguin, a player that I started comparing to a Verse in terms of his mechanics, somebody that you really want to enable. So we're going to have to look out for the amount of damage Flappy's going to be able to put out off the back of those amps. For me, this is like a treat. I get to see ninjas on Sirius again. Yeah, just watching ninjas in general, honestly, is such a treat. This dude's so talented. Sirius was one of his staples for the longest time, actually playing alongside a Verse. He's seriously good at it. Hey. He's just going to get his counter hit. Letting Rare Peep get that first push in so he can space on. He does find him while he's invis. And just gets a weaken on the Rook who gets rooted. Yeah. Red Team secure that orb actually through all of that ability usage for YoungSung. Rare Peep wants to find that backline. He finds a little bit of Freak, but I don't know how long he can stick to it. This is actually going to be really difficult. Looks like they're struggling, but Jeter's still looking mighty healthy. So is Rare Peep, even if they're not locking on damage. There's the incap, there's the stun, there's the damage. Nice shield, though. Freak actually manages to make it out with quite a lot of HP left. The Sheep is going to be dodged, though, and the Petrify isn't. So Xander going to be frozen up in Atrocity Exhibition. They actually managed to secure a second orb. Rather surprising. A
great cleanse there from Freak. The EX M2 cleansing the Incapacitate from Flappy Penguin, who does have an ultimate. Jeter bouncing the space from Fireblaze.
Wow, Ninjas is so good at petrifying targets. It's actually unbelievable. He's landing like all of these, and now Rare Peep is collapsing on the Elysia, and the beam dealing so much damage to Freak. All of the outs being forced from Atrocity Exhibition, and they're going to get collapsed on now, Carpet.
They have to portal themselves out of their Flappy's got literally nothing left, and Rare Peep just wants this. He doesn't even care about the orb. He'll let them take it to try and get the kill, and was it too much? There's 3 orbs in a row they've lost, but YoungSung just doesn't seem to care. They're still winning these trades. Here's the ultimate from Elysia, ultimate from Rook. Trying to force out some, but the petrified timing! What on earth are you doing, Ninjas?
Ninjas is so incredibly good, man. That was an insane timing. We saw Bloom mess up a timing similar to that earlier, so the fact that Ninjas gets his off is very impressive. The older ultimate now going to finish off Elysia. She actually has the Ice Block. Or yeah, the EXM2 from these Xander.
I don't know which one it was. Could have been both.
One or the other, but either way, she's dead now, Carpet.
Yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter.
Oh, they might be able to find a kill here. Trying to get the older, but the Petrify going to slow him down, and Xander going to go down 2, and Atrocity Exhibition, even with an orb score of 3-0, not going to be able to take the round.
I think that part is what's insane to me.
Yeah.
They lost 3 orbs. They got none.
Dude.
They still won almost every trade, and with a team composition that no one else has ever played.
YoungSung has 3 DPS characters. How do you deal with all that damage? They have older, serious Croak. It's triple DPS, dude. How do you slow it down?
The Petrifies from Ninjas are proving just so massive. I mean, everyone talks about, hey, if a series of spaces encounters, you just kill them.
Yep.
Not if you also have a pretty much locked-in, secured Petrify that Ninjas is going to land on you. Because he put that into his kit. He thinks about it as something that he can use to keep you at bay.
Man, he's forcing Fireblaze to use that M2 early on is absolutely not ideal with the Petrify. And already the amount of damage coming out, a bit of a weak point here for Ninjas as he gets sheeped. He has to run away, but the amount of damage Fireblaze is able to put out just isn't enough. Oh, in-cap into pet, beautiful. Into the double pet on the Ninjas is so good. He got value on all 3 characters of Atrocity Exhibition, but they still get the orb. They're still behind, however.
That is actually insane. Ninja's going to take a lot of damage here. He wants to try and find some help.
Ninjas!
He does finally get caught out. Too much pushing around, but if they can get a kill on Xander here, which they just might, the EXM2.
Don't body block him. Oh, the nice ice block to heal him up and give him a couple seconds before his cooldowns are available. He's rooted the EXM2. Oh, the portal, but he actually gets hit. He has the space, but no, he doesn't have it, and he dies.
He portaled a little bit too early. They brought it back to a 2v2. Look at YoungSung go.
Oh, the ultimate canceled out by, from Flappy Penguin too. Rare Peep with that great stun. Absolutely amazing as YoungSung managed to secure their first orb of the round.
Oh, nice. That was actually amazing, but now Jeter knows he has to go and try and punish the EXM2 to finish off Elysia. And even with the 3v2, YoungSung bring it back.
The best opportunity that Flappy Penguin had to find a kill was right when he cast that ultimate on the orb, but it was stunned out by Rare Peep, like I mentioned. And Rare Peep on this Croak, he is doing so much work, Carpet.
When I saw the Croak, there was a part of me that dreamed that I'd see Jeter on it.
Dude, you know, I gotta say, I don't even want to see Jeter's Croak anymore. I want to see Rare Peep's Croak.
This is getting really close. Fireblaze is doing an incredible job. I want to be able to talk about this. No! That orb just barely taken by Rare Peep, and this is going to be the end of Fireblaze. There's the stun. There's the burst damage. He's got no more iframe.
Oh,
a little bit mistimed.
Unlucky. I'm not sure it mattered, but still that has to feel a little bit bad. And finally, the Rook will go down, and like you mentioned in that 3v2 scenario, YoungSung, they're able to pull it out, and they're looking pretty good. I like the way the Sirius is playing as well. Of course, the Sirius, he does want to space into the Croak, but what else Ninja is doing that's very high value is whenever he's spacing out, he's always landing onto Jeter, only amplifying the amount of healing that this team has because of how he's using his spacebar, and he's weaving in and out of the battles seamlessly.
And he built both of this space Battlerite, so he knows he needs to find value, and that's 2 out of 5. So if you're not landing that space onto an ally, you might as well not even use it at that point. I know he really wants to. They've been doing so mostly successfully. Again, forcing the M2. Look at these Petrifies.
Yeah, so big. Ninja's the only player that I see having so much value out of the Petrifies as well. Very impressive. His placements are flawless.
Ninja just getting out of that flick from Fireblaze. Using the R to help secure the orb. They do secure it. Ninjas goes right in. He knows he has his space potentially. He gets frozen. The Chronoflux is down though, so they can't get the combo onto him.
Oh, he spaces in again. They find an in cap, but it's immediately broken by the time bomb. So unfortunate. However, the pressure is still here from YoungSung. The older ultimate answers the in cap, and they find a stun, and the beam.
What on earth?
Much damage! Oh my god!
Just standing there watching your health deplete. Freak! You didn't stand a chance. I'm so sorry.
Oh, the rabbit form. He uses the iframe on that jump. I didn't even know that had an iframe attached to it. Great play from Freak to ensure he survives, but this is still a very dire situation as the Elysia is being collapsed on. She finally has space to get out.
She just spaced into a ninjas with a fully charged M1 and plenty of energy left.
Another value older ultimate there. Freak, they need to find the kill here. I don't think they're going to be able to. And YoungSung, they secure another orb. And in the early rounds, we saw Atrocity Exhibition securing every orb. Now that YoungSung is getting these orbs and we're seeing how much value the ultimate from Sirius can have, I think YoungSung's just going to steamroll.
I mean, that is the maximum amount of CC you can do into the Sirius ultimate with this composition. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
Nothing else you can do that would give him full damage on a hard CC that wouldn't also shield him with some sort of petrify or something. That was unbelievably timed.
Yeah, that ultimate was incredible. It even burned through the petrify, and still the amount of damage it was able to output was insane. And the coordination from YoungSung, if they can coordinate like that and pump out that much damage, they will just win these rounds hands down. Ninjas, he was even sporting the highest DPS in the round in that last one.
Just shows how good his positioning is, and when he knows his knowledge of when to collapse has always been one of his strong suits. Portal's already down. Might try and find punishment on Rook. There's the Petrify. He has no more M2. It gives him a little bit of room here, but Jeter's just caught in the back with an Elysia. This is not amazing for him. He has spacebar. Oh, that's it. They might just punish him all the way. They're just going all the way in. They almost had it with a good Petrify early on, and they were just dealing with Rook, but I think too many cooldowns into what? I don't really know.
Yeah, playing a little too aggressive there. YoungSung finally punished. No orb takes even this round, just pure going. This is the definition of North American Battlerite, but this time it's not going to work out in the favor of YoungSung. That our Battlerite choice but by Freak is so interesting. It has that knockback attached to his rabbit form, and it stuns if you hit it into a wall. It's really weird. Now that the other Battlerites of Xander have been nerfed and removed, it's cool to see that worked into the kit, and he's getting pretty good value out of it.
I mean, having the extra iframe is pretty massive, especially when you're dealing with Croak ultimates, you're dealing with potential ultimate from older as well. The stun would help to kind of interrupt anything, but I think it was the first time we actually saw him connect on it, so it's tough to get value.
Well, we see the Croak get punished immediately to start this round off. Not an ideal start from YoungSung, but they're still not out of it by any means.
Oh, finding the invis Croak as well. He didn't get any stun there. Not an amazing opening right now for Rare Peep.
Ooh, the counter not hit from Ninjas either, but the Petrify landing onto Rook allows him to get out. YoungSung, they're able to reset here a little bit. Oh, but they don't get the orb.
Use the escapes, but then they should punish here. Flappy Penguin's going to dump all that energy. Rare Peep accidentally getting the body block. Ninja's counter not getting hit. This time, you can see Atrocity trying to be a lot more intentional with their abilities.
Oh, the Rook charge is going in. The older ultimate is the answer. It's not going to land on anybody, but it does help YoungSung get back to mid. This orb take, though, Atrocity Exhibition actually gets it, and they're now ahead by 5% in HP.
The portal is down. Ninja wants to find Freak.
Oh.
The ult from Rook, 1, 2, 3. All three making contact. The last two, I think, both onto Jeter. Rapid form. Oh, no, gets the root on the E. Can he just take out Freak? Where's he going to go to? He's got almost no health left. They're just going to leave him. They're going to go for orb. And Rook's going to take it.
Beautiful play there from Fireblaze, but it's not going to work out as in the end, Freak still goes down. And man, even though YoungSung were behind in that round, the beautiful coordination, the beautiful hunting from Rare Peep's Croak, getting the root on that rabbit form allowed them to find the kill. The Elysia ultimate's going to come out here, but the older ultimate's available, helping Ninjas get out of there. And Ninjas, Elysia jumps to him, and he just immediately goes in with that prismatic strike and gets the kill.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen Ninja do it because he hasn't had to, but the little nifty space trick from Sirius, if you space into a solid object that you can't land to, you just come right back to your original location. So it doubles your potential iframe. And it makes for a real fun mind game.
It does.
Looks like you're going to space away, and they might go and chase you, or they might stay there, and then you come right back. Especially if there's an EX space, you come back with a charged M1.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, I think that's what he did there at the end. Use that EX space into the wall to get the charged M1. YoungSung though, they're pulling pretty far ahead here. It's looking like Atrocity Exhibition going to go down 5-4 or 5-1. They desperately need to start fighting these punishes on Sirius and older if they want to come back into this game. Flappy Penguin needs to find more flash freezes off of the sheep. In general, just Atrocity Exhibition needs to do a better job comboing their abilities.
And I think the Xander pick into this comp is actually not that bad. I mean, look at all the hard CC from YoungSung, the EXM2 from Freak. Such a large area can get the cleanse.
Ooh, I like that space usage from Freak, allowing him to reconnect with his allies and get away from Rare Peep's Croak. This orb is spawning in about 4 seconds. Fireblaze doing a great job pressuring in mid to secure the control. We'll see if they can get it though.
There's the cleanse.
Oh, he does.
I think Fireblaze has gotten almost every single orb for Atrocity in the last 3 rounds. He's done such a good job at pressuring middle. Alicia waiting for that space, but Ninjas is just going to go all in. He's got the support. There's the freeze, the Chronoflux to potentially stop the M2. No, instead Rare Peep actually just distracts him in the back line. And then they all join back up in mid.
Yeah, beautiful play by YoungSung, and that's the opposite of what we saw from Fable. Pressuring out Atrocity Exhibition, then going back for the orb, and they secure it. Now the in-cap coming out onto Jeter up top. The Venom Wind is going to hit the Alicia at the tip, but the portal's available. Going to iframe that poison.
Yeah, but Ninjas has an ultimate. Now that he knows there's no portal, but he's going to get sheeped in the middle of it. He does retain some of the energy. Flappy Penguin, they want to find Jeter, but Jeter has an ultimate. They're going to find Freak. No, the portal. No, it was the space bar.
Nice ice block, though, ensuring that the Rook doesn't take too much damage, and Atrocity Exhibition secure another orb. They're back in this carpet. They're only down 10%.
I don't even want to know how they ended up hitting that counter from Ninjas. I think they just barely mistimed the length of it.
Oh, the counter's wasted by Ninjas, and now there's a bit of an opening. He also spacebarred far away, not landing on an enemy. They might be able to find a kill here. The armor break plus the M2. Oh, but the Petrify from Cheater.
The in-cap, though. I don't think Ninjas can survive this. He's just barely alive. He finds a green. He heals himself up. In the meantime, Rare Peep and Jeter are handling themselves very well.
Another sick Petrify into the end cap. Now they're now going to turn and Petrify him again. Fireblaze getting CC'd for days over here.
That can't feel good. Now he's just going to have to maybe watch the kill feed as his teammates die. They were able to stay alive just long enough.
Oh.
Xander's about to go down as well.
Rare Peep manages to clip him with that stun and find the kill. And YoungSung, they're coming in, proving a point. 5-1 against Atrocity Exhibition in this first game.
That chain CC on the Rook was pretty friggin' nifty. I'm not going to lie. There was a Petrify from Jeter. He got the, what is it called? I can't remember what it's ours. It's one of the coolest ones. It's my favorite sound in the game.
I don't
Older Czar, what's it called?
I don't know. I just call it the Petrify.
Stone glass.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Man, I should know these things on the top of my head.
I just call it Petrify.
Yeah,
man.
it's a Petrify. Anyways, it's actually him making contact with us. Is my favorite audio cue in the game. Just, it's like the really most. It's just so much fun. Anyways, starting with that Petrify, Crook goes into his camouflage, gets an in cap. They line up a bunch of stuff. Another Petrify shows up.
Yeah, from
actually,
Ninjas.
No,
it was Ninjas
from
leading.
Ninjas.
Yeah.
After they get the stun, and then the Petrify right after, so he literally just had to sit there, take a whole bunch of damage, and in between the Petrify shields, they dealt some more damage, and then they Petrified him and left him alone.
Yeah, disgusting play. Rare Peep hitting that regular stun, too, at the end of it to ensure they got some damage. And, man, it also just separated them so far. Atrocity Exhibition, they kind of had to leave their Rook. Fireblaze was just like, leave me, go on without me, brothers. And, you know, he got pretty beat up because of it. Really nifty combo, though, and that's the YoungSung we've come to expect. They play as a unit, and they play incredibly well.
Let's talk about the combo we saw in round 3 for the Sirius ultimate. The amount of stun they were able to lock down, so Sirius got almost full value. I think he got 80 damage out of that ultimate.
Yeah.
And they were able to get the older ultimate followed by the stun from Croak. Just watch this.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you start to give YoungSung orbs. Notice they're up 1 orb. The ultimate coming in pretty early from the Sirius as a result, and the damage output even burning through the ice block. God, that's gross.
My favorite part is he had a Petrify on him that they broke down to like 2 health.
Yeah.
Like the Petrify was just barely even shielding him. So literally after that first tick of the Sirius ultimate, it was just going right into his real health.
Yep.
And then it just started taking right out of his true health. And they just shredded through him. And that is so hard to do with all those particles flying around and just in the heat of battle. When there's 2 other people around you trying to deal damage to you. They really showed him.
Yeah, man. Seeing that Ninja's ultimate really gave me flashbacks of when I used to play competitively against him. I have so many bad memories of Ninja's just perfectly timing ultimates. His cooldown tracking is impeccable.
Yeah.
And we saw it there.
Yeah.
Even against a Xander, a character that has so many outs, he just found the perfect timing to drop that ultimate. Just very well played.
Are we going to see a team comp change for YoungSung?
I wonder if we'll see older, or Ulrich rather. We see
Ulrich,
the older
yeah.
for sure. I wonder if they still feel good about the older Ulrich, or maybe they feel like the Sirius is better than Ulrich. Of course, Sirius does have some of the same properties as Ulrich does. He has that space cooldown reduction when he goes in and the damage output potential. So it makes a lot of sense that they would play him, especially when you have ninjas on your team. When you have ninjas on your team and you can pick Sirius, that's a good feeling.
Just go for it.
Yeah, just do it.
And I think a massive part of it too is Ulrich has he does such a good job of just kind of being everywhere.
Yeah.
He's there. I think you'd pick him for teammates that really need a little bit more, just a little bit more of a leg up. But I think Jeter does such a good job of older in the back line, and I think that you're never really going to have a problem with Rare Peep.
Right.
You know, most Krogs don't really have to worry about it. Yeah, there's the Sirius again. There's the Xander again. Probably the same exact team comps. I'd like maybe YoungSung will throw us a curveball.
Maybe the Baco.
Maybe the Baco.
Maybe give you a little bit of a treat with that Baco pick.
I'm always a fan.
Yeah, always a fan. But this is game 2, of course. These teams, they want to punch their ticket to LAN, and YoungSung, they're well on their way with that first win, that 5-1 victory too, looking pretty good. Dude, honestly, I can't even believe these guys still aren't sponsored. They're looking so good.
It's actually insane. But the fact that they were able to get a 5-1, I believe it was, a 5-1 sweep.
Yeah.
With a team comp that no one else has dared to look at.
Yep.
And the style that no one else has been able to master.
Yeah.
And then they're not going to change.
Yeah.
Neither of their opponents is looking like him. And it's at the most Atrocity changes Alicia to somebody else. But either way, that's looking good. I mean, they just took it to town with the same team comp against the same team comp. Why would things change?
Yeah, and I really like the petrifies from the Sirius. I think that's something that the Ulrich doesn't add to the equation that Sirius does. The amount of petrifies he can just throw out on Rook early on and disrupt his cooldown rotation, very good. Because when you throw the big petrify under Rook before Rook gets his first initiation, he has to make a decision. He has to decide whether or not he wants to M2 or he wants to charge in, and neither of those things he wants to have forced out.
Yeah.
Those are both so important to his cooldown rotation on that first initiation. And when you have the Sirius disrupting the Rook's gameplay, it makes it so much harder for the Rook to be successful. So overall, I just really like the Sirius pick into Rook.
Something just fell in my eye. This happens like every show. Something gets in my eye on like, if infamously on all my Battlerite shows.
It's okay. You don't have to be self-conscious about crying about some beautiful Battlerite.
I know.
You don't have to worry. We're not judging you.
I'm just looking into the lights, I promise. That's why my eyes are watering. I'm just going to do it now so that no one even knows. No one understands. All right. I guess they're really hesitating on this third pick.
Baco.
Hey,
Lucky guy.
Baco Esmo. All right.
Okay. So we got Flappy Penguin on the Esmo. We talk a lot about his Alicia, but he used to play quite a lot of Esmo. It's what I first found him on. He used to be an Esmo specialist, pretty much playing nothing else. He's since branched out, but I have no doubt that he still has the memory of how to play this character.
Yep.
But, you know, Esmo, I would say he's to the point where the nerfs have added up. I think he's not nearly as strong as he used to be. He doesn't have that insta-gib on the orb anymore. The extra damage from the Battlerite now being attached to the leash instead of the explosion. So it makes Esmo a little bit of a worse pick for that reason. We'll see if he's able to make it work. Of course, the damage output from his book, his R, when Esmo can drop it, if he punishes like a Sirius when his counter's wasted, it could be very good, but we'll just see if that's able to happen.
But a Baco into Esmo without his space is going to be a lot of fun, because if you can catch Esmo when he throws up that shield, he's going to pull him out of the shield and then he's just going to punish. And if Baco goes full damage Battlerite, I mean, it's getting insane now, especially with the one that builds up his charges. He can literally jump in and essentially
the charge on space.
If he builds up charges on space, so he shows up to smash. I don't know if those are actually the Battlerites that he chose. If it is,
he is M1ing, so he has control of his character. Looks like he's ready. What is interesting to you about those Battlerites?
So he's going with the heal axe, which we really don't see that often. The heal M2, especially because it took actually a bit of a hit even in the last patch.
A big hit.
Yeah,
so it's healing reduced by half, right?
So the fact that he has 2 supports, I don't know, he built the axe. That's I think what's a little weird, but I guess again, a lot of times what a Baco can do really well is just kind of go do his thing, and you don't have to worry about him. And I think he wants to rely on making sure that his teammates don't need him. But you know Ninja is always going to be spacing on you and petrifying, so I'm surprised he took it, but hey, he knows better than I do.
Yeah, it definitely tells me he anticipates the rounds will go very long as well. Maybe he just finds it important to trade against the Baco with some sort of self-sustain.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. Immediately, the Petrify comes out from Ninjas and the Portal's forced. Great play from YoungSung to start this off, and Atrocity Exhibition are already on the back foot in terms of cooldown rotation.
And Rare Peak gets the speed bulwark to try and smack that M2 back into Freak, and it does so successfully. The orb's going up. They knew where that was going. You saw Jeter place that there in anticipation. The Petrify onto Rook. Going to get broken by an M2 because why not build up the energy? Incapacitate on the Jeter.
Oh, nice flick of the charge. A little flick of the charge there to get onto the Baco. This orb's about to spawn too, and the pressure that's been put on YoungSung might have them on the back foot here. We'll see if Atrocity Exhibition is able to get this. Oh, they're not, Carbon.
Oh, blue team were able to secure it. There's the Petrify.
Oh.
The stun out of that's actually going to be great. Oh, that was nice. Flappy Penguin baiting out the counter from Sirius with that long-range M2. the bulwark there as well. Flappy Penguin's baited out a lot of abilities. At this point, you might just want to cast it. They've almost got them all back.
Yeah. This orb, I think he's holding it for the orb. We'll see if he's able to get it. The pull is charged. He doesn't get it, though, and YoungSung, they're up 3-0. I'm a little bit concerned. Carpet, look at the energy bars. Jeter's at all. Ninjas is almost at all. Rare Peep's close. This could be blown open very shortly.
It really could. We'll see what Fireblaze has left. He's actually going to smack a counter with the Space Ninjas. Knew he'd flick around for that. He's been doing it for the last couple casts. There's the ultimate from Esmo. It finds no value. Bako's almost got his. He's about to ult through. Oh, look at the damage, and they take the orb as well.
So big, so important, and the Petrify on Fireblaze. So much damage, and now, wow, Xander just gets demolished.
Jeter just spaces into his face. It didn't do any damage. They were just looking at each other, not being able to do anything.
Another Petrify on Fireblaze. They are controlling this Rook so well. YoungSung are looking at the Rook meta and scoffing. They don't even care about this Rook as they're handling him so flawlessly. In-cap after in-cap, Petrify after Petrify, again into the stun. God, Fireblaze is just having such a hard time. Maybe Sirius is the answer to Rook that everyone's been looking for.
Who would know? Because no one plays him.
Yeah,
except for Ninjas.
Oh, dude, look at that score. He's got the meme. 1-3-3-7.
He's got it, baby.
Ninjas with that, Leets, Sirius. He's playing so well, dude.
I'm loving this, man. This is great.
Man, even with Fireblaze pumping out the gold numbers, his allies not able to do enough damage to find a kill. It's pretty crazy how YoungSung, in general, they just do so much less damage than their opponents, but because of their great coordination, they're able to find kills.
I mean, right now, just to sustain on the side of YoungSung, having 2 supports, plus Rare Peep with his heal on the M2, plus his giant AoE shield, and he gets Bravery, so when he spaces onto his allies, they all take reduced damage for a period of time.
Oh God, Flappy Penguin.
Yeah, he needed that portal. Bako's just gonna go find him anyways. Put the speed bulwark up. The M2 not making contact. There's no portal up. Rabbit form is now down as well.
The book was used by Flappy Penguin, but the orb still secured by YoungSung. The Petrify coming out too, and the Xander collapsed on YoungSung. Their pressure is just unrelenting.
There's nothing they can do. There's nothing Atrocity can do. This is disgusting.
This is YoungSung. This is what we saw in the group stage, and I can't say I'm too surprised to see it again here, as they're just playing so incredibly well, dominating this game. Atrocity Exhibition, they're going to have to adjust quickly if they want to take this game. Of course, they want to go to LAN too. Everybody here wanting to go to Sweden, everybody here wanting to double their paycheck. Third and fourth get 1,500. First and second, the lowest they get is 3K. So if you win this, you get an extra $500 per person. Absolutely huge. And Atrocity Exhibition, they want the paycheck, but I'm not sure they're going to get it, Carpet.
I mean, YoungSung has just brought something so unique and so clean to the table. I think that's what makes it so great. The opening Petrify to just let Rare Peep walk in, not have to use any of his gap closers. Here comes the space. He's going to push in onto Freak.
Oh, the sheep
dodges the sheep. I mean, this is a dream right now for YoungSung. This is the opening that they want for. Bako already has an ultimate.
That counter hit, very, very fortunate for Ninjas as he gets a lot of damage onto Freak as a result. Freak is like, Fireblaze, don't hit the counters, man. I'm going to die.
There's the stun. There's the portal, and they find him!
Oh, God.
He knew that he'd go try and find his team, and he ended up catching the Rook instead. They kill Xander. This is, I mean, this is textbook right now. This is clinical execution from YoungSung.
Dude, this is an atrocity.
Hey, it's your first one of the day. You get one.
I get one? Okay.
Yep, you get one.
I gotta say, I see a huge difference in the AoE value from each of the healers. Well, I guess I should specify which healer from YoungSung. Serious. He's hitting almost every Petrify, and on the other side, I'm not seeing Freak get nearly as much value from his sheep. An ability, I'm not sure he has the Battlerite that increases the AoE. Anyways, it's an incredibly important ability. He needs to start landing to alleviate the pressure. I'm not sure what's wrong. I'm not sure if it's his placements that are just unideal or if YoungSung are doing such a great job dodging them, but either way, he's getting almost no value out of his sheep until it's too late.
Rare Peep building the speed bulwark is going to make that extra difficult because he essentially has 3 ways to get out of that sheep pull. His best option would probably be Ninjas and Jeter.
He's so fast with that bulwark. He gets the reflect on the Arcane Catalyst too. So much damage onto the Rook. Once Rook gets separated from Freak, the amount of healing he receives is next to nothing because of the M1 healer. It's very unfortunate.
They just collapse back on the orb, pushing Fireblaze into what tiny wall there is from the inside. The ultimate's gonna flick up to Esmo. He puts up the Arcane Barrier to try and make it less damage, but he nearly gets melted. There's one space, there's 2 spaces. Ninjas is on the hunt. He's literally just gonna mount up. He's on the hunt. He gets the Petrify. and then they're just going to turn and collapse onto the Rook.
Dude, that's a bad feeling. Atrocity Exhibition getting so split, and Flappy Penguin getting petrified on the other side of the earth. And now Fireblaze going to go down shortly after Freak, and YoungSung are playing so incredible, man.
This is actually insane. I wouldn't even know where to begin to figure out how to beat YoungSung right now.
Yeah, they just look so good. I can't wait to see them play against Europe if they make it to LAN. But at this point, I can't help but feel like they will. And Ninjas, I'm so happy to see him return to form. Of course, back in the days of Legendary, he was a dominant force. He was the serious, and he did not lose tournaments. But after Legendary disbanded and Ninja started playing with a couple other teams, he played with Trent and My Name is Keith and a couple others, and he just didn't have nearly as much success for a long time. But this kid is looking incredible on YoungSung, and I'm so happy for him that he's been able to find this.
Final round for YoungSung to make this 2 maps up. And Atrocity are going to have to try and figure out how to come back from this. Oh my god, talk about bulwark value.
Rarepeep going to call that bluff every day of the week, and he's going to get value out of it. Flappy Penguin, he's already down to half carpet.
This is so much fun to watch. Look at them. Look at them go. They still secured it.
Oh my god, the double Baco ultimate damage is huge. And now Flappy Penguin getting chased down. He gets eaten to the wall. The axe isn't going to hit the shield either. The portal's forced on Flappy. The double in cap slows down YoungSung a little bit, but I'm not sure it's enough.
Orb still not going to be up long. Still, they want it up now. Atrocity, if only that could have been 10 seconds later.
They're like, Orb, please help us. Oh my god, and YoungSung get it again. The Esmo ultimate is going to land on Sirius, which beat down about half of his HP, but still, Carpet, this is not looking good for Atrocity Exhibition, as even at a deficit, YoungSung have been playing incredible.
I mean, that was the combo they wanted, the double debuff into the Esmo ultimate with the pull. Ninjas just lost like 120 health instantaneously. That is what they wanted, but that's the first time we've seen it this whole round.
Dude, look at Rarepeep up top. He's trying to get that space out of Flappy. He has that ultimate. The ultimate from Sirius used too. We might see it popped off here.
Here we go.
Rarepeep wants it, and he's going to get it. He's going to find it onto the enemy. He's going to be able to make it out, though, but only for so long. His Freak finally goes down.
There's an opening from Ninjas. Couldn't find, or not from Ninjas, sorry. From Flappy. I still can't get over the fact that I'm shouting Flappy Penguin.
Flappy Penguin!
What a phrase to shout out loud. The double in cap. Unbelievable what YoungSung are doing with this team comp. It is so much fun to watch. And this, I mean, these guys, remember when I talked about how I just like to punch the meta in the face?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I love it.
This is your team, dude. YoungSung is all about what you want. They are creating their own meta here. They don't even care how good Rook is in his current state. They're doing their own thing, and they're being successful. And, you know, that's one of my favorite things about Battlerite. They're not adhering to this you need to pick Rook kind of thing. They are doing their own thing and playing with great coordination. They're able to succeed even while defying the meta. These guys are what this game's all about.
And not just that. But the game literally says, hey, we're going to give you 3 categories of people. If you want to be well-balanced, you should probably pick one of each. And they're like, no.
Yeah, like,
I don't care.
Forget that.
Nah, forget that. I'm literally just going to pick whatever we want. They have this interesting double support. The highest damage supports they can possibly pick. Yeah, a Sirius and an Alter. They just dump it. They dump damage, and then it doesn't matter what Rarepeep picks. Rarepeep just needs to set up. Protect and set up. What's interesting, though, when he played Croak, it was all about the setup. It was getting the incaps, getting the stuns. When he played the Baco, it was like, I'm just going to go 1v2. I have enough protection. I'm getting the heal axe. I'm just going to spam R, which is a 40 shield for him and anyone around him, which is actually insane. Yeah. He also got Bravery, so when he spaces in, he takes the reduced damage. So even without his 2, he was able to just sustain himself, and then he also had heal from 2 people. It's actually insane. Yeah,
it's like, how do you burst through that? You have a double healer, and you have the tankiest Baco build in existence. It's like, how are you going to burst damage that? How are you just going to get through that?
It's almost like going against a Rook.
Yeah, almost. I would say it's interesting how that works. This meta is all about finding one character that's incredibly tanky and just getting in and surviving and outlasting your opponents. It's so cool to see even YoungSung doing it with a character that isn't Rook, kind of doing their own thing, but still adhering to the meta in a certain way.
So that's going to be 2 maps down. It is not over yet. YoungSung need 1 more to try and stamp their ticket to LAN. We're going to go on a quick break to give everyone a little bit of breather because these are important matches, so don't go anywhere. the drill. I'm going to tell you who I am. You're going to think to yourself, I'm going to love this guy and follow him on Twitter. I'm Findable Carpet. I'm here with In the Flesh. For the full handle, it's In the Flesh 92.
Yeah, 93.
93?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking
1 year younger
than
than
my own. You know, whatever. And then we're going to talk about what just happened. 2 matches down, YoungSung, domination. Like, complete domination.
Yes.
And then we're going to say we have another map coming up.
Wow, you did it.
That's how we're going to do
We're
this.
breaking the 4th wall.
We're breaking it entirely. You guys, what, you thought we just came here and made it up on the fly? That's actually what I do most of the time. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, I know the script, and he definitely doesn't follow it.
I don't follow
This guy
anything.
does his own thing.
It's also what makes his job really difficult. So we're going to get into the draft as you see behind us for this potential final map. I shouldn't call it final. I shouldn't foreshadow too much, but it's looking like it.
After watching YoungSung play those last 2 games, I don't think you're too far off by calling this the final match. I think with the way they're playing, they're definitely poised to take this game and go to LAN, go to DreamHack summer in Sweden. Sweden.
We're going to see Fireblaze on his staple. He's going to be on Rygon, one of the best Rygons in North America. I could probably say the best.
Yeah, I think I'd call him the best.
I'd call him the best.
Maybe Rare Peep is better. Those 2 are the best Rygons.
Close. Yeah.
Rare Peep's probably better.
I can count. Yeah, those 2 are the best Rygons.
Yeah,
now,
we'll go with that.
We're gonna pull back. We don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to claim something too much.
Yeah.
But that we can say in confidence. There's the Ulrich though.
Okay, interesting. They think something about the Rygon warrants the pick of the Ulrich instead of the Sirius. I'd like to pick their brains on that, but I don't think.
Or they're warming up. Not warming up, but they could be like using this as they know they're about. Like this isn't it for them. This is their ticket to land.
They got a
but this isn't the end. They want to win that $4,000. So maybe they're using this at the time to say, hey, you know what, let's see if the Ulrich works against this too. How does that pan out? We did the Sirius. Maybe Sirius and a Rygon just feels real bad.
Maybe.
And we're going to see Croak as their melee as well. So a little bit more sneaky, trying to deal with that backline, trying to find Older, trying to find Alicia, force the jump, and then Flappy Penguin back onto Alicia.
Yeah, I really like the things you can do with this Ulrich Croak. We saw in like week 2 of BPL, we saw some sick combos from Rare Peep and Ninjas, just comboing the small stun on the M1 of the Ulrich into the empowered M1 of the Croak. Just the amount of things you can do with such good timing is really insane with this comp.
I mean, just to talk about an individual ability, and this is where I think YoungSung does such a good job. You look at, let's say, the charged M1 from Ulrich, right? The pain is the stun. It does 20 damage, which is decent. But
it's a chunk.
It is a chunk, but then he follows it up with a wet noodle usually right after. So he needs some help. But if you have that followed by a flurry, in the middle of that, you've got another 15 to 20 damage from Croak. Now you're taking 40 damage.
Yeah, Croak's his M1 speed is so quick when he has those charges. Just the amount of damage he can put out in a short amount of time is huge, and that's perfect with Ulrich. That small stun can just lead to so many small M1s, and it adds up quick with these 2.
And once you've lost that 40 health, now you need to get out, or you're going to be losing max, right? If you don't have your support, they don't have the heal charges, or if Jeter just throws anything else your direction, you've now lost 80 health. Yeah,
and that's what's been happening with YoungSung in this comp. Just small things turn into 80 health. And then suddenly you find yourself dead and down 2-0 in a best of 5. And that's where Atrocity Exhibition are. YoungSung, they're very far ahead now, and we're on the verge of seeing another 3-0 sweep. We'll see if Atrocity Exhibition's able to strike back. Of course, they're running their patented Alicia Rygon. They flash freeze, applying the shield, the signature Battlerite of Flappy Penguin, I would say at this point. They get in there, really enable Fireblaze to succeed, but whether or not he's going to be able to succeed, we have yet to see.
Curious to know the matchup with Rygon. I don't run into a lot of Rygons, and B, I haven't played a whole lot of Rygon. So his matchups I'm not nearly as familiar with to a molecular level. I don't really know like what abilities really feel bad and which ones feel worse. I mean, I know that his parry can be strong, but you treat it like a counter, and when it doesn't get hit, you found no value. Yeah,
when you were talking about the Rygon and Sirius matchup, I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, the good part for Sirius sometimes is that if that Rygon does build the stun into his parry, you play this fun mind game. It's like, if I have counter, you're going to cancel that, bro. I know you're not going to hit the stun because you're scared to hit my counter. Yeah. So at least there's that kind of situation going into it, but I don't know about the rest. But we'll see how the Ulrich, they're bringing it back to what we saw earlier in weeks for YoungSung.
Man, Fireblaze already getting in. He heavenly strikes out, but the Croak is there. Beautiful positioning from Rare Peep allows them to capitalize on the iframe usage from Fireblaze, and already YoungSung, they're pulling pretty far ahead, and all of their HP on Atrocity Exhibition is missing on Fireblaze.
We're going to see the blind on Alicia. It actually really helped out with a lot of those big ability casts.
Oh my god.
Nearly snagging it, but they do still get the orb almost with the blind. 2 ultimates right now already for YoungSung. They just run around in the beginning, doing whatever they want. The missed ults from Rare Peep thinking that maybe he'd see an R out of Rygon, I think.
Yeah, for a second it looked like Jeter was playing Croak there as the ultimate whiffed. The YoungSung, they still have the 20% HP advantage and the orb control. We'll see if they're able to get it. The ultimate from Ulrich not going to get any value. The double ultra ultimate used, but neither of them going to land.
Flappy Penguin going down to the Divinity fully charged stun from Ninjas. He picked up his shield and just went nuts.
Oh, Fireblaze missing that ultimate. Not that it honestly mattered too much. Croak gonna try to find the kill here on the Older, and he's going to be successful. And the YoungSung, as quick as they won the first 2 games, are pulling up in this first round.
Man, going against oh, not again. Might as well do it. Why not? Going up against a good Ulrich, when you realize how many iframes and how many things he has to deal with anything fat, you really don't dump anything unless you truly know he's got nothing.
Yeah.
Which means he would have had to just ult, and he also, or just use his R, but it's sometimes a little hard to catch that one. But he shouts his big ult, oh, Aegis of Valor, or whatever he shouts.
Yeah.
It's really obvious when he does that one. But then followed by, has he spaced 4 times? You know, like how it is such a difficult thing to track because he has to have, if you see favor on 2 of his allies and you've heard an ultimate, now you can probably punish an Ulrich, but it is really hard to do that in the heat of the moment.
Ooh, the initiation not starting out nearly as well for Fireblaze this time, but he does dish out quite a nice amount of damage onto the backline. Barely making it out too.
He had to space out of there. Croak, they're going to find some damage on the Freak instead. Alicia behind everyone, just M1ing while no one's paying attention. There's the stun onto Ulrich, and this is where he's going to be caught in a bad place.
This is still okay, though. They find a huge chunk of damage onto the Older of Red. He gets the ultimate out, and Freak lands the ultimate onto Ulrich.
Cross kill.
Oh, yeah. Ninja's going to go down. Freak is down. You know, YoungSung had 2 healers, so they're left with a healer in this 2v2 situation, and the double Venom Wind is going to land, force out both the iframes. This is key. This might be the downfall of Atrocity Exhibition in the second round, but Jeter, he's getting ran at here. The ultimate from Fireblaze misses, and so does Flappy onto Jeter, so he's able to make it out. Very unfortunate.
Oh, the WASD from Rare Peep, but looks like Fireblaze is going to secure that with his spacebar. One arm makes contact, the other one doesn't. He actually, did he cancel out his deceit?
No, he just missed the M1. Just out of range. Flappy Penguin spacing away immediately after that. Ooh, Fireblaze, the ice block's there. But there's no parry. He uses his space as well. Rare Peep, he's going to have a heyday now as he lands so much damage. The parry finally available there at the end. Oh, and they get the orb carpet.
This is really big. I mean, Fireblaze, the only problem is he's got almost no energy, and now he's running out of cooldowns, and Rare Peep knows it.
He needs these greens.
He needs to try and find a way in there. He's going to maybe try and R his way through.
Oh, they might get him, and they do! The clutch kill on Jeter out of nowhere.
Oh, this might be a kill right here. He's going to try and take out Flappy Penguin while I get the chance. The ice block, but no energy right now for Atrocity. Oh, he had to flick away. He couldn't cancel it in time. That's going to be the end. The Atrocity Exhibition.
Yo!
That was good. A lot of AoE damage there. The timing on the parry with the ultimate from Alicia. And they're able to snag that kill onto Jeter when they were running around a little bit too confidently.
Yeah, I thought in no world Atrocity Exhibition would win that round, but they ended up taking it. Huge punish onto Jeter. Alicia able to farm up another ultimate because of the orb take there at the end, and they found the kill when it mattered. They might have missed that first ultimate from the Alicia, but they get the second one and they burst down Jeter in an instant with it.
1 round apiece. Remember, YoungSung, if they take this map, they move to the grand finals, and they make it to land. The first Battlerite land. This is huge for them.
Nice parry there.
Great parry. Now he's gone in, but now he's got almost nothing left. He's blinded. There's the damage coming out. He's going to try and sustain as much as he can, but they just try and punch right through it. Flappy Penguin barely missing the M2 on a Rare Peep, and YoungSung secure the first orb of the round.
Oh my god, Carpet. Oh my god.
What
and the double Venom wins the end cap too. So much damage from onto Atrocity Exhibition there. And this Croak is just running roughshod on this backline now. Flappy Penguin has to space out the older ultimates there too. And Freak answers with his. They actually find the kill on Jeter. He's barely able to make it out. Oh my god, this is so close.
YoungSung secure that orb. That's massive for them. They want to try and get the kill right now onto Flappy Penguin. The M2 is not going to do so. But Fireblaze has no support right now. Jeter nearly dead to Fireblaze. EX space from Ulrich. He finds himself on the other side of the map.
Whoa, Jeter just spaced in. They really need this kill on Fireblaze. The R are gonna knock him out, but the double pet from Freak slows down the roll, but they finally kill the Rygon. The Alicia gonna go down too. Man, YoungSung were so far ahead early on in Atrocity Exhibition. We're almost able to bring that back with that stun on Jeter up top, but Jeter was narrowly able to make it out, and Atrocity Exhibition gonna fall.
Woo!
Woo!
Atrocity, even when they're literally like on the brink of death, they know when they can turn it around when someone's just pushed a little bit too hard. And YoungSung, I feel like maybe they're getting a little too confident in those pushes. But it's twice now we've seen someone just get caught way out thinking that they had something in their control, not really thinking as much about their escapes and just kind of using them for their own utility as opposed to thinking about using them for the iframes. Yeah,
they're playing very aggressively, as you mentioned. Jeter spacing in aggressively a couple times. But, you know, they're not getting punished too hard for it, and that's one of the powers of the double support. There's always one support that's un-CC'd and healing up your allies. Croak.
This time, Red Peep took an unbelievable amount of damage. Is he just dead?
He's able to get the Deceit out. Yeah. Nice movement from Rare Peep to get him out. He now rotates over onto the Rygon. They find a big burst carpet. He eats so much damage. They need to find the kill on this Croak or get the orb. It's looking like they're going to go for the latter, but YoungSung still steal it.
That's huge. There's going to be the stun. It will find the older, and they're going to find so much burst damage. I honestly don't even know where that came from. The ultimate to save himself from one. The incapacitate followed by a stun. Here comes another incap onto Rygon. He only has his space left. He wants to kill Jeter. Jeter has almost nothing left. And then Red Team secures an orb.
Dude, this Rygon play is incredible. The fact that he's still alive and he's outputting so much damage, very, very good from Fireblaze, but they aren't able to finish it off yet. They have mid-control carpet and a 30% HP advantage, but they need to find a kill on Jeter.
The collapsing, we see it at both.
Sick parry.
The Deceit right into the parry. He baited it out.
So good, Fireblaze. So good.
It just got melted through. They all tried to retreat and find each other. The Deceit is out. There's the incap. He literally has. Oh, and found while he was in Viz. Atrocity exhibition. They're not giving up, man.
They just needed to put Fireblaze on his character.
Yeah.
They just needed to give him this Rygon, and rightfully so. He's the MVP of that round. He absolutely controlled the pace of that game with his impeccable opening on Rare Peep, and the amount of pressure he was able to output on Jeter afterwards, which just did so much for Atrocity Exhibition. If you look at the orb score, they also secured the first 2 orbs, which was huge for them, and Atrocity Exhibition off the back of a beautiful Rygon, gonna take the 4th round.
So something that we've seen, at least so far historically in this season, is this is the point where one team figures it out.
Yes.
2 rounds apiece, someone figures it out and just takes the rest of the map. So we'll see if that stands true. Atrocity Exhibition really are playing patiently and finding the perfect punishments. Oh, speaking of punishments. Oh, yeah. Didn't get a lot of damage, though. I really like that. The amount of shields and the amount of protection that she got was pretty good. But that means Older used a lot for everybody else and not himself. YoungSung literally ignores the orb, opting for damage instead. Incap, stun. There's the save ultimate. They're going to find Croak in there, who's going to need a lot of help.
He actually doesn't take that much damage because of the Ulrich by his side. Things are stabilizing for both teams. The HP pool's very even here, Carpet. We'll see if the Rygon's able to find another initiation. It's going to be very key in that parry negates the M1 from Rare Peep, but YoungSung get the orb.
And it forced them to at least discourage Fireblaze from wanting to go for that orb too much. Blue team secured it. That's 1 orb to 1. Jeter using the Chronoflux to push him out of that ultimate. So small, but so impactful. It keeps the pressure up. Now they've almost got 3 ultimates. Look at this. Could be it right here.
Oh, the Venom Wind, though. It whiffs so close. Oh, it actually lands on Fireblaze and gets a decent amount of damage. The Age is going to be picked up by Jeter up top, and he's just 1v1ing Alicia.
The damage he gets after picking up the Aegis. Fireblaze getting flicked up. Freak stuck in the corner all alone. He does break line of sight, but Croak finds him. That bubble. That bubble.
That bubble, though.
That was one of the coolest things I've seen in a while.
That's one of those things where it's like we saw a couple weeks ago Varosk use his tractor beam to change the trajectory of a Dragon Slayer.
Yep.
Using your Chronosphere like that is the same kind of thing. It's using your abilities not for their sole purpose of reflecting a projectile, but he used it for the unstated purpose of moving his model out of the Alicia ultimate, which enabled him not to get frozen and not take that huge chunk of damage. Absolute incredible play and a very, very rare way to use that ability, but still understanding when he could.
YoungSung now up 1 round. Good opening for Atrocity Exhibition. Getting the early freeze, just slowing down YoungSung's plan. Seeing if they can find that hole, seeing if they can find that punishment. Rygon still got his face. He does get the R. Fireblade's running out of energy. Gets a knock up onto 1.
Ooh, nice orb control and the 1v2 from Fireblaze down bottom. He's doing a lot of work. We'll see if they're able to get this punish here. It's not looking like they're gonna. The incap comes out onto Freak, and now Croak, he's just going on this backline.
Jeter does have an ultimate to save him as well. Look at all the support between Ulrich and Older. It's kind of insane. Canceled out. Fireblaze is playing so well on Rygon. He helps secure the orb. There's the ultimate on 1 incap. That's not going to... It does freeze Croak. Jeter uses an ultimate. Everyone's just ulting.
Ult party. Everybody press your F button. We see it working out in favor of YoungSung, though, as Atrocity Exhibition having to back off now, and Freak, he's just getting burst down carpet, and behind the shield, there's a Croak waiting for him. He gets back there and sneaks in that M1, gets the kill. Alicia gonna die to the time bomb up top. She has to freeze herself so she doesn't take the damage, but she, in all honesty, she's got nowhere else to go. Has no place in this round. She's gonna fall here at the end.
Ice block just to make it last a little bit longer, and YoungSung now 1 round away from locking their spot in Atlanta and moving into the grand finals.
Yeah, of course they want to meet SSG in the grand finals. A Group A matchup we saw in the group stage go in YoungSung's favor heavily. They feel confident against SSG. They want to go to LAN. YoungSung, they feel like they can take this tournament, and I might agree with them.
Yeah, and all I had, it was a little bit of an upset in the very first week. YoungSung took down Space Station Gaming in their first matchup. Remember, it was a double round robin, but we were all caught off guard. We know they're good, but this season they've shown that they are probably, or could be, the best. Alicia taking some damage early on. They really just can't find Rare Peep. Doing a great job of breaking line of sight. Another parry to take out the Croak. They just keep baiting each other into that. Not finding a freeze.
Red team claimed the orb.
Good patience on Red Team to try and secure that orb with the last hit, knowing the 20 damage on the charged M1. Freak just missing R. The Ice Age is here, getting 2. Getting the in-cap onto another, but the freeze actually stops the in-cap from happening.
Still, the amount of damage they were able to output is absolutely insane, and up top, Freak finds his ultimate as well. That allows the Fireblaze to get another chunk onto Ninjas. He's barely able to make it out carpet, but Atrocity Exhibition, they get the second orb of the round.
That was actually amazing for Freak while his team was going all in to give them a little bit more energy and a little bit more health, since they had to dedicate so much for that. The parry's now down. Fireblaze using his R. He's about to be out of everything.
God. Oh God! That was such a scary moment, but the older ultimate was available. They get the stun. Freak answers with his. Not going to get any value, though. Blue team, they get the orb, their first of the round, and they now have a 25% HP advantage. Red team needs to find a kill here, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to. Unfortunate play there, but still, the Alicia, she takes so much damage, carpet, and she dies. YoungSung, they're going to LAN.
Unbelievable. YoungSung seriously showing how good they are against the top 4 team in North America. Yeah. Atrocity Exhibition is nothing to laugh at. They still made it here. They took out Excel Wizards in the round prior. They only lost to Space Station Gaming, I believe, or was it their opponents?
I'm not sure.
I'm losing it now. Either way, Atrocity Exhibition, we know how good they can be, and we watched them last week do such a great job. And then to see how strong YoungSung played against them, to just watch them walk around with the 2 team comps that they have made their own staples uniquely to anyone else in any region we've seen so far, and prove that they're this strong with it. Unbelievable. Congratulations to YoungSung. They've made it to LAN. They've made it to the grand finals, which will be coming up very shortly. I mean, what do you have to say, man?
Yeah, man, before I move on to praising YoungSung, I just want to say huge props to Atrocity Exhibition and Fable Esports, both being top 4, going to take away $1,500. They all made it incredibly far and proved their worth. I can't wait to see him in Season 2, but our finals is going to be between YoungSung and SSG, as well as those 2 will be the North American representatives at DreamHack Summer.
Yeah.
Exciting time for Battlerite, exciting time for the players on SSG and YoungSung, but we still got a final to watch.
Let's talk a little bit about the praise. I'm losing my words. I can't even talk. A little bit about the praise of YoungSung.
Yes.
Their combos are unbelievable. No matter how long or short the CC is, it doesn't matter. They're still able to dish it out, and they're still able to find the kills.
I feel like watching YoungSung, they're like a mixture of a more aggressive gatekeepers. I feel like they're gatekeepers with the North American playstyle of going in and forcing outs, and then they just pop out these crazy combos out of nowhere after some unrelentless pressure. These guys, they're looking incredibly strong, and like you mentioned, I don't see a playstyle quite like theirs in any other region. These guys, they're doing their own thing, and it's working for them.
And their ability to collapse, and it's just who they're playing. Older, we already know the kind of damage he can dish out if he even just has his E and an M1. That's all he really needs to really start pumping out some damage.
Yeah.
And then you have a Sirius if Ninja